Those who carry out atrocities should be held accountable, whoever they are, and not murdering 6,000 children who had nothing to do with it. Most of the people killed in Gaza, very few, as far as we can tell, very few Hamas fighters have been killed. Why is Israel flattening Gaza? Because they don't want to go into the tunnels. So they'll just kill all the Palestinians. They won't go into those tunnels. And of course, it's a conscious effort to destroy an infrastructure which makes life sustainable. That's why they destroyed the hospitals. So an appropriate response should have been, done decades ago. And this sadly is where we've ended up. But you can't, as Pope Francis said, you can't commit terror in response to terror. But that's been this kind of cycle of violence that has been perpetuated since before Israel's founding. I mean, I just want to say that, when the problem without context is that you see a reaction that's brutal, but you don't see the long, slow drip of oppression that created it. And so to those who don't understand that oppression and haven't covered it, which is most of the media, what they see is incomprehensible. And therefore, they certify those people who carried out that action as incomprehensible. And that comes essentially with the conscious decision on the part of the major media not to tell the truth. They don't use the word apartheid. They don't use the word genocide. I mean, they sanitize the vocabulary in such a way as to obscure the reality. And so when something like this happens, it's a shock because nobody's been paying attention to Gaza. And this is the frustration that I and other reporters had reporting week after week, month after month after. We saw it. We knew what was going to happen. It wasn't a surprise. But the world wasn't listening. Certainly those in power were not listening.